Greetings, teachers. While student engagement is a topic that's been around for ages, the new discussion is around what it looks like in a post-COVID world and ever-shortening attention spans. While there's no silver bullet, I will quickly share some end-time strategies that can be modified to fit your classroom. While these tips are super simple and tried and true, they may awaken your creativity to create your own engagement activities. Let's just discuss the why for a minute. According to this 2016 Gallup poll, student engagement begins to decrease as students get older. While the simple answer is student maturity and the concern of what their peers may think, how do we as classroom teachers change the trajectory? Providing relevance and interactive class experiences could be a start to keep our social studies students engaged. More seasoned and newer teachers alike often need refreshing on basic classroom management. My grandmother always said, sometimes the simple things can confound the wise. Ask yourself this question. This week, when your students entered your classroom, did they know what to do? Did they know your class routine? Do they already have something to activate their thinking on the board? A do now is not just a compliance and classroom management piece, but often sets the tone for student engagement. It allows for the teacher to maximize class time. On the slide, there are some examples of simple do nows that teachers have used over the years. One of my favorites being create a question. Have students open their notes and write down a possible quiz question from the information they learned yesterday. Tech grab. Have students grab their phones and scan a QR code and answer a quiz question and have the fastest time win. Reflective movement. Have students come in, find a spot around the room alone, and answer the warm-up question on the board with soft music playing. Would you rather? You can frame the warm-up into a would you rather question and have students already breaking into discussion groups based on their choice. And relevance roundup. Have students grab magazine clippings or other objects in the classroom that can serve as their muse to start activate thinking. This gets super silly, but actually stretches student thinking. For example, for the relevance roundup, I had a warm-up that was, how did the British Acts impact the lives of the colonists? I had a student grab a teacup magazine clipping and was trying to sell tea without getting caught. The student was saying that he ran a tea house and now selling tea on the black market was the only way he could earn money. The East India Tea Company had put him out of business. He was asking other students what acts were difficult for them and why. The warm-up took maybe 5 minutes, but definitely set a tone for the rest of the class and instantly had the students engaged. I didn't do much talking at all. I just set the stage for students and they ran. Sometimes you gotta hashtag switch it up. Chunk your lesson. Seeing kids just sit and get in a dark room and a classroom behind a computer screen for an entire period, no matter what the age, may not lend well to true engagement, but shows more compliance. Just like adults, student engagement includes movement. No matter the lesson plan, it can be chunked in 10-minute intervals. This can look like the things we already do. Turn to talk, place a sticky note on an anchor chart, or a quick review. You can also have students toss a small ball around the classroom like a hot potato with a quick summary of the notes. Students have the notes in front of them, so everyone has a chance to contribute something. You can have students sketch a picture and then stretch it to the EQ or essential question, or even use it as an exit ticket. While we've heard these over and over, sometimes it's good to get a quick refresher. I am guilty of getting caught up in my own lesson and lecture and my love for history that I often sometimes didn't stop to see if students were truly processing the information and making connections. Our goal is for students to think critically, but first they have to understand the information. Hence the 90s old R&B hashtag, what I need from you is understanding. At the core of student engagement is ensuring our students understand what we present. Checks for understanding must be frequent. This can be thumbs up, thumbs down, call a response, or even secret ballot. You can use this quick data to modify the lesson as you're teaching it. Allow students diverse ways to show mastery or understanding. It can be drawing, spoken word, acting, sign language. The possibilities are endless. This is also a cool way to break up lecture notes while you're in class. Have students extend their thinking as a check for understanding by asking them to describe a concept from another perspective. Lastly, allow students to predict, based on historical decisions and events, how this or what the topic that you're teaching will impact the future. This also hits on the taking informed action that is in the current DPI standards. Again, these are very simple ways to have social studies student engagement, but sometimes they actually may work.